Hello folks, morning, how you doing? Lovely day today, isn't it? Sunday morning, lovely, sunshine on Marina. Right, come to do a bit more on this boat. So I've got some plate made to mount the diesel water heater on. I need to, because it's going in the engine bay up to the side more or less, there's a couple of old hull fittings that one's been welded up, but I just cut it off inside because it's still got the pipe stuck out. Just want to get out of the way really. And the other one is still bolted through the hull. I can, if I get it off successfully, without having to cut it off, I could even reuse it. But it's just in the wrong place. It's no good sat behind the water heater, you know. So that's what I'm on with. So I'm going to get this fitting off. I've got my welding set. I'll get a bit of plate and we'll plate that up, and then that's done and dusted. And then I can look at mounting this the plate I've made with the angle iron hangers on it. I'm going to hang it off some steel work on the hull, so it'll be free underneath, it'll not be sat on the deck. So that's what my plan is today, although that shouldn't take too long, but you never know on these boats, I'm telling you. Right, see you in a bit. Here we go, into the engine bay. There we are, that's all painted up now, dried up. That's a bit late, I've just fetched in. And up there is the outlet we don't need there, and that's an outlet that's been welded up already, so I don't need this one out of the way, and I'll just cut that off with angle grinder just to get it out of the way. That came off remarkably easy, because sometimes the threads are knackered, paint and stuff, and you can't get them off. I've had to cut them off, so happy about that one. Right, there we have it. Looks a bit of a mess. Take that back with me and we'll give it a scrub up at workshop. It's as good as new. Really bad about that. That's a big fit in that. There'll be a few bobs worth there. So all I've got to do now is fill that hole up, which is easy peasy. Right, forget the welding stuff and a bit of plate and get it done. Right, we're all dressed up, ready to go. Okay, if you can see it, that's it. Welded round it. I'll leave it at that. Right, that's all I need to do for that. There's obviously still a hole on the other side of it, but that side's sealed up. Right, and as the plan is get this boat out of the water down at a marina on hard standing. Right, I've got to do all the work on the hull and everything. That's sealed up now. So what I will do when it's on the hard standing is I'll cut some plate, circle, and I'll weld it all in flush and smooth it all off, and you won't see anything. And no patches or anything like that. That look terrible. But if you have to use patches, you have to use them, you know. But I can do a better job with that on the hard standing. All I wanted to do was get it off and sealed up, which I've done. So next thing, I'll cut that off because that's already been welded up on the outside, sealed up. So that's not going anywhere. Right? And then I can look on here and have a look at mounting this plate for the diesel water heater. Right, got a dab on. I've done that, I've cut it off, I've just smartened it up with angle grinder, with grinding disc, sorry. And that'll do it. We'll have some paint on them now. So that's it. You see the plate on the other side. Well, that's done. Tidy them up, we'll paint them. Right, I have a slight problem. That angle, that's on the boat there. I need to get rid of that. I need to get that plate further back. Right, so like on this side, that had the same to here. Right, I chopped that off. Right, and it was a pain in the buttocks. So I've got to do the same there, but try to cut through as much as I can with the angle grinder. I can only use the 4-inch or 4.5-inch one because if I put the 9-inch one on, it just trips the electrics. It's too much power and start. Right, so I'll cut through as best I can and slot as deep as I can. And on the top, luckily, it's stitched on. So there's only a couple of places where it's welded. And like on the other side, I managed to slice the stitches, then with a bit of brute force and a hammer, got them off. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's gotta be done. I need that out of the way. I'm not working around things. Do it once, best I can do it. So that's the job I wasn't expecting to be doing, but let's get it done. Right. That was a pain, but it's off, and I'm glad it's off actually. I just didn't fancy tackling. I thought I'd just get away with it being sat there behind everything, but it was stopping everything going back. So better that it's off. Yes, as you can see now, see where the grind marks are. That's where the weld was. So it was only stitched. And what you do is like what they've done. As you can see, that was in the corner. So I cut it in two. So we fractured that weld first, because they're only welded on the top, it's stitched along, you know, what's that, 1.5 inch or something. Then if you can force it up against the weld will just fracture. If there was a tack or something on the other side of that, it would have been a different job altogether. Well, it takes anything to give it massively more strength, but the strength it had was what was required. So they're off now. So I've got a clear run. So I'm just going to clean this lot up, get a drink, and come back. Right. So what I'm going to do now is I've got 2 holes in the top of there. I'll put another 2 in the bottom. And then I've got two strips of this out there, which by pure chance is exactly the same width as that. Oh no, that's worked out. Must have some good luck. Right, so put a couple holes in them. So they'll weld to the hole with 2 holes in there. The plate will screw the bolt onto that, spotted up. So I've got the mag drill out there, to broach in it. So I'll get these drilled. Right, we're hung up. So that can stop there for now. I want to put stitches on it. I should have to move it. It's easy to take off, but hopefully it'll be okay. So now next is to get the diesel water heater and its bracket that attaches it and decide on there where it's going to go. And then there'll be holes to drill and tap. Right, let's get on. So what I need to do, because what you have to do to mount it is you have to put these screws in first that hold the unit on. Pardon me, and then you've got to just reach through there and get the back nuts on. So it's a bit fiddly, but you're only going to do it once in a blue moon. until it breaks down or something needs servicing, you're not touching it. But I'll probably drill these holes, put bolts through back and tack them on. So you've only got to reach in here and get your fingers on a nut. Right, we'll go into engine bay and have a look where we're going to put it. Right, we'll have it there. Right, that's it's a bit sore. So that's it, more or less in position there. So the hot water over my turn comes out to you, into that tank. And then you've got, I'm not sure which way around it is now. One of those is for the exhaust, and the other one's for the air intake, which you took out the way to go behind there. So that's what we've achieved today so far. I'll have a bet at it. It's about 2 o'clock now, Sunday afternoon. So I can take that back to the workshop, that plate, and then from that I can mount whatever on it that needs to be mounted. And also we'll get this fired up in the workshop. We'll run some fuel through it and pump some water and see what results we get. So that'll be it for now. Alright, so okay, so thanks for watching. Coming on slowly but surely. If you take one of these boats on, prepare to spend a lot of hours on it, you know, and it's hard work. So that'll be it. So I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.